Hello everybody, welcome back to another MechWarrior Online chassis variant video. Today we are looking at the Kit Fox or Uller G. This was another mech, much like the Jenna, that was given away as a bonus. I can't remember exactly when, but yeah, it was given away as a official build, so you don't have to use any like omnipods from different parts to build this one. It's basically it's fire support. It's a decent model. It's got an ECM suite in the left arm, which is an unusual location for an ECM suite generally on mechs. It's not unheard of, but it's not a commonly seen item. It has a pair of LRM-10s, an ER large laser, and an ER medium laser. It's, yeah, overall, pretty decent loadout for a 30-tonner. And, yeah, it puts it squarely in the role of being a star fire support unit, capable of protecting their friendlies within a certain radius from incoming missile fire and other lock-on weapons, and being able to return fire from range with only the single sort of short-range backup in the form of the ER medium. So yeah, not too bad, not too bad. But there's a key reason I use this footage specifically for the G. It's not to say that this isn't a bad variant in the mech. In fact, it's quite fun. As I said, it's good, it's straightforward, it's right up my alley. Three weapon system mechs are always fun for me, because you can basically use three keys, left mouse, right mouse, and I usually use the E key for weapon group 3. What's your favourite key? But this one I want to talk about a common thing that can happen in MechWarrior Online, and that is momentum. A lot of the time, many of you, I'm sure, you've experienced the stomp. You know, your team just gets absolutely, like, pummeled, don't they? You get a match where everything just seems to go against you. The other team just have unstoppable energy. They're just cutting through your team, one after the other, no problem. And there's just no stopping it. I mean, stomps used to be very common in the early days of MWO, just because of the way the matchmaker just didn't really exist. It was just throwing people together wherever, and you ended up in situations where lots of matches would end very quickly because one team was clearly more skilled than the other. And a lot of the time that was because of the momentum that built up. Obviously, it's a natural thing. You can't really put your finger on it. It just kind of happens in online multiplayer matches. It happens in all online games where you feel it. You know that you have all of the advantages here. You have the momentum. And that's what's happening in this match. I'm on the team that has the momentum. But here's a key element. This one is different. What happens when a team loses momentum? As you can see here, we are blitzing them. It's clearly all the advantages to us. The enemy are caught out in the open. Alright, there's a bit of friendly fire on my part, and I get shot in the back, I think, a couple of times. But you can see it, that, you know, the enemy are on the back foot. This is it. This is momentum. This is where all of these friendlies here, we just need to push up those ramps, and we'll be on to the next one. The next poor, unwitting soul who doesn't have a chance. So you can see we're all moving as a group. Everyone gets to there. And now, this point here, momentum is dead. That's it. I can't move in first. It's MWO. You're in a light mech. If you get focused, you die very quickly. Plus, I've got ECM. I'm protecting the team from any incoming missile fire. And lock-on, that kind of thing. Trying to keep things quiet. We've got numerous assault mechs around with us, and we've got heavies and stuff. And everyone just wants to back away. And this is what I mean about momentum. I think this is a really good example of it happening. You can see the minimap where some of the team have peeled off to go back the way that we came from, which is bad, because the other thing in MWO that happens a lot is obviously the circling, where teams will dance around each other, going, one team will go left, the other team will go to their left as well, and you kind of rotate around the map, chasing basically the sort of tail end of each other's team, trying to pick off the stragglers as fast as you can to give yourself the numbers advantage. And obviously, when our team went round this way and caught a good chunk of their team in that valley, it killed them off. Their team were moving around toward the back of our group, and rather than being left behind by us going up the ramp and killing some of the stragglers that were up where I am now, the team split and splintered, and now momentum is with them. And this is why I thought I would keep this one, because it's a really good example of what happens when a team that has a good mix of like heavies and assaults, they lose it because they don't want to get hit anymore. And that's it, you completely lose. Now, I'm not saying that I don't make mistakes in games, I always do, but I'm just pointing out how easy it is to see when this kind of thing happens. Yeah, it's an interesting little phenomenon. I do find it interesting. It speaks to a lot of the sort of psychology for players. especially in games where players seem. This isn't a game where you lose anything for it. This isn't like, you know, playing like an extraction shooter or something where all your hard-earned loot is gone if you get killed. You know, you can understand a bit of hesitancy from players in situations like that. In a game like this, you're not really losing anything if you lose the match. You may as well, you know, go for it. Aggression is key. I think it always is in a game where you have a single life. You just need to get in there and, you know, strike as quickly as humanly possible. Obviously, I'm trying to go up in a stone rhino. There's no way. I actually can't outrun the stone rhino, which is kind of funny. He's just constantly able to keep up with the little kit box, which is kind of amusing. But damn, does that stone rhino look good? But yeah, I found it to be really, really interesting. But this also has one of my other pet peeves in MWO. That this happens in other games as well, but I've seen it so many times. It's my personal bugbear. We're about to see the player who doesn't go with the team because he wants to go and snipe stuff. Da 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 da. Welcome to the guy who just hangs back most of the match. You see, his only internal damage is because he's overheated himself. Up to this point. Now he's taking armor damage because he's the last one on the team. But don't worry, his damage will be really good because he's been sat there sniping while the rest of the team got killed. Ah, I hated it. Who remembers the ER large laser Raven? Do you remember them? You get like one of them up on a hill somewhere way at the back of the map because of the quirks, making them really stupidly like range powerful, like stupid word. Stupid phrasing, but yeah, they just have immense range and they wouldn't help the teams just sit back the whole match. But yeah, there you go, momentum. It's a key thing. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a good week. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.